That's looking pretty nice, huh? But it didn't start out this way. Let's backtrack a bit to see where it all began. 10 years ago, we built our first home gym. It resided in our apartment living room and consisted of exactly 3 pieces of equipment: 2 chairs and a broomstick. It wasn't pretty, but it got things done. As our channel continued to grow, so did the need for a bigger home gym. So, borrowing our parents' basement, we slowly built it out, creating a range of DIY equipment including a power rack, landmine press, arm blaster, and more. Knowing it was time for another upgrade, in 2019 we converted our shop into the gym we have now, a place where we've shot almost all of our content over the past 4 years. But there's always the desire to grow. And lately, with our home gym looking less like a workout space and more like an overstuffed utility closet, we knew it was time to take it to the next level.
It's beautiful.
In this video, we're making it the goal to try and build the world's most aesthetic home gym. I need to take a moment to apologize to my dad on camera. I always used to make fun of him for how many trips he took to the hardware store, but now that we're doing this gym DIY on our own, I realize every time you think you have everything, you realize you just need one thing more. So I'm on about trip number 50 now, but I think I finally have everything I need, hopefully. All right, buff minions, you guys ready to wrap this job up?
Yeah!
I just picked up some of the new gym equipment that we're gonna be utilizing. And as I'm doing that, Aga, my wife, buff girl, she is repainting the gym earlier today. Me and Brandon, we cleared the entire thing out. We put it all into the new backyard gym that we built earlier this year. So unfortunately, now that is just one big pile of gym equipment. But we had to do it because our main gym, it's felt a little neglected lately, and we want to just redesign the whole thing because we feel good when we're in a place that inspires us. And the gym just really wasn't inspiring us lately. So we're really trying to just rebuild everything, refresh it, and right in time for the new year, have this kick-ass environment where every time we walk in, we want to get a killer pump. So that's the goal here. We probably could have hired someone else to do it, but we've always taken a lot of pride in doing it yourself. It always ends up taking a little longer. Sometimes it can be a little stressful in its own way. But the good thing is when it's done to exactly the way you had envisioned it. And that always brings with it a great sense of satisfaction. The nice thing about this DIY project too is there's very little waste. A lot of the pieces that we used in the prior version of our gym, some of the blues, the trim, the molding, all we're really doing is recycling it. We're painting some of it flat black. We're using it for the floor with the lights. We're using it around the mirror. That's the nice thing is you can have ambitious ideas, but it doesn't really cost a lot of money. The one thing you do need though is quite a lot of time because it always takes quite a bit longer than you think it would. For us, this has taken about 2 weeks, mostly in our free time. It can be a little frustrating because you have the vision in your head. It's just actualizing it, and sometimes that takes longer than you would have hoped. You excited about the new gym?
Yeah.
What do you want to work out in it? Bench press, very good.
Buff food, yeah.
Yeah. Part of the update of the gym is some new accents, and we have a really cool wood theme around the mirror, courtesy of Buff Girl. You've been working away on this. Buff Girl is kind of our secret DIY weapon along with our dad. Really gotta give you a huge amount of props. She's been working her butt off, and it is looking fantastic. We were super lucky. We found this amazing horizontal leg press on Facebook Marketplace, which is a really great option for gym equipment, by the way, especially if you're on a budget. This one was basically a barn find. It was used in a high school years ago. Someone had bought it. They had kind of kept it in their garage. They hadn't used it at all. We picked this thing up for $200, which was an amazing deal. The problem is, it's very awkward. It's 750 pounds and the weight distribution is way off. We are gonna try to deadlift this sucker, move it out of the gym so we can get it painted, have it fit in with the new aesthetic of the gym a little bit. What did we get ourselves into? Why are we always doing this? Buff dudes think harder, not smarter. Yeah. It's what keeps you in good shape. It rains about a dozen times a year here in Central Oregon, and it's decided to use one of those days on the day that we need to do a lot of the painting outside. But thankfully, we were able to get this tarp up just in time and not have too much of a disaster. Buff Dude's ingenuity, baby.
And Buff Girl.
And Buff Girl, mostly Buff Girl. That's 750 awkward pounds that we're never gonna be moving again.
It's gonna fly in that 1,000 years from now. It's gonna be a fossil in this exact same spot.
Whoever buys this house is keeping this damn leg press because we ain't moving it, man. A lot of the stuff that we had out here in the outdoor gym has been put back in the gym, but unfortunately, we're gonna have a couple casualties. One of those things being this giant, obnoxious treadmill. And we've had this thing for a long time. It's done us a lot of good, but it's gotta go. It's actually one of the reasons that we ended up remodeling the gym, because we could never find a good place to put this thing. Wherever we put it, it was kind of in the way, so we're just getting rid of it. Having said that, we still, of course, enjoy our cardio, and we have something that is just as good. Those are jump ropes, and we're gonna get to them right now. When we want cardio, we're gonna be using our Crossrope Amp jump ropes. We love these things. Huge thanks to Crossrope for sponsoring this video. We're gonna be going through them right now because honestly, we've been working on this project so long, we really haven't been getting any workouts in, so we're gonna get one in right now. Crossrope has an amazing app. We've gotten close to becoming the top on the leaderboard, but today me and Brandon are gonna try to hit that #1, baby. Anyone can use these things anywhere. And if you wanna pick up some of your own Crossrope, head over to their website, crossrope.com, and use code BUFFDUDES for 15% off, where you can choose a lot of different models like the Amp one we're using now, or even the ropeless. If you don't have a lot of space, they're the perfect option.
Really trying hard to crack the top 10 at least, but it's no joke. I love this because it's all about numbers. It's all a competition between other people. You know, you see your numbers go up, your placings go up, and it really just motivates you to keep going and try a little bit harder. And that, I think, is one of the best things about this. It is that friendly competition against other people. It's not only brother versus brother, it's people all over the world, which is amazing. So we're trying to bust our ass. We're about an hour in. We're gonna do as good as we can in this hour, but after that, we gotta get back to work.
So I got 3,800 total repetitions, but Brandon's a machine, man. He's gotta keep going. He's got that competitive spirit. He wants to break the top 20, and you know, it's inspiring as hell. This man's not gonna quit.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Top 20.
Oh man, that is fun. Just watching those numbers go up. Just makes you want to keep going, and we got to get back to work.
We couldn't have a DIY video without DIY Duke.
Yeah, baby.
He descended from the heavens above in order to help us cut our dumbbell rack.
Yes.
Bingo, baby. DIY Duke is back in town.
Here's the old lights right here. They just kind of hung from the ceiling. They weren't flush with it, and it really didn't distribute or disperse the light that well. So we've been meaning to replace these for a long time. Finally, we got around to it. These, I feel like, look aesthetically pleasing. They're flush with the ceiling, which is nice. So they blend in a little bit better, and I feel like it kind of like disperses or distributes the light a little bit better. So that is one more step that we're taking that is closer to finishing this thing, so it feels damn good to have these up.
It's late, we just put the kids down, and me and Buff Girl decided to do something very romantic tonight. Continue to work on the gym, because it's still not done, but we are so close. The mirrors, and specifically the lighting around the mirror, I would say was probably the biggest hurdle that we've had to do. We've been basically working on these things ever since the beginning. Lighting is not really our forte, so it was a lot of trial and error. We tried a couple different styles of lights. We think we finally have it, but we're not sure yet. So we got a little bit left to go on these bad boys, and then we're gonna test them out and see how they look. There's always a few final little things to do, so we still had to tweak the lights for a while. We did some cleanup, but after all was said and done, after 2.5 weeks, we had finally finished our job at hand. So we now present to you the Buff Dudes remodel. first workout was more than successful, and this new vibe gave us a killer pump. It was the motivation we need, and now the gym finally matches our attitude. We hope you enjoyed the video. Let us know what else we need to add to our gym to make it perfect, and until next time, stay buff.